The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana reports that at least 17 bodies have been recovered after an Air Force aircraft crashed earlier today. Lorenzana also said 40 soldiers have been rescued, noting that rescue operations are still ongoing. The rescued soldiers were brought to the 11th Infantry Division Hospital in Barangay Busbus in Sulu for immediate treatment. The C-130 aircraft crashed in Patikul, Sulu while trying to land at the Jolo Airport at noon today. Initial reports state that there were a total of 92 personnel on board, including 3 pilots and 5 crew members. Following Senator Manny Pacquiao's allegation of corruption, the Social Welfare Department claims that there's no missing social amelioration program fund. In a statement, the DSWD said it is willing to participate in any investigation and present necessary evidence to clarify Pacquiao's accusations. The DSWD also stressed that it has regularly submitted financial reports to concerned government agencies for transparency. The agency added that the contracted financial service providers for cash aid, including StarPay, which Pacquiao alleged was a dubious e-wallet app, were identified through the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. The DSWD added that the BSP approved payout processes. Now, recall that Pacquiao on Saturday barred the list of supposedly corrupt government agencies, which included the DSWD. In his press briefing before flying to the United States, Pacquiao claimed that some 10 billion pesos worth of cash aid or ayuda was unaccounted for. He also questioned the use of StarPay, a relatively unknown e-wallet app. On that note, we have with us this afternoon DSWD spokesperson, Director Irene Dumlao. Ma'am Dumlao, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Riza.
Ma'am, we'd like to get your initial reaction as to Senator Manny Pacquiao's statement.
Yes, as earlier mentioned, the Department of Social Welfare and Development is willing to face any investigating body and, of course, present the necessary evidences and other relevant documents to clarify the allegations raised by Senator Manny Pacquiao on the implementation of the Social Amelioration Program. As mentioned also, the DSWD has actually attended several congressional hearings relative to the SAP implementation, and we have presented all the necessary reports for transparency. We have been diligent likewise in submitting our financial reports to the oversight committees or agencies and likewise to the Office of the President.
Ma'am, can you clarify to us the role of financial service providers or FSPs in the distribution of SAP funds? And how is this different from the in-person distribution of ayuda?
Yes, Ma'am Riza, if you would recall last year for the second tranche of the Social Amelioration Program, the DSWD engaged the services of the financial service providers in the conduct of digital payouts for our beneficiaries. With this, we tapped the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, which extended their technical assistance. The BSP guided us in the identification of the financial service providers in accordance, of course, with BSP approved processes and existing government accounting, with BSP approved processes. The BSP has the expertise on digitization as well as enabling policies and regulatory environment for financial inclusion and digital payouts. That is why they were able to assist us in identifying the financial service providers that the DSWD will engage into. In fact, we were able to identify 3 banks and 3 electronic money issuers. These are Robinsons Bank, Union Bank, RCBC, GCash Pay Maya, and StarPay. In identifying the financial service providers, there were primary considerations that were given to the presence of payout partners to ensure ease and ability to cash out by beneficiaries. Balance, of course, with the other considerations such as the presence of any business model institutions, historical experience in commercial rollout, and type of cash out points that may contribute to ensuring liquidity or availability of cash. So these were the primary considerations that we have taken into account in identifying the financial service providers. Again, DSWD has engaged the services of the FSPs for the second tranche as a result of the experience we had in the distribution of the first tranche, and of course in ensuring that the distribution of the emergency subsidy package will be done in an efficient and effective manner, and in a process likewise that protects the beneficiaries from the threats of COVID-19.
Ma'am, among the FSPs enumerated in the DSWD statement was StarPay, and this is a relatively unknown e-wallet app, according, of course, to Senator Manny Pacquiao, which, of course, he questioned in the letter. Can you walk us through again? You mentioned those consideration in choosing those FSPs that you have or the agency has engaged to.
Yes. Again, we would like to repeat that in the identification of the financial service providers, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, which is the expert and which has the enabling policies and the regulatory environment for financial inclusion and digital payments, provided their technical assistance to the DSWD so that we could select, or we could identify and select the financial service providers that could assist the department in distributing the aid to our beneficiaries.
Ma'am, briefly also, how does the agency liquidate its SAP funds, and what measures are in place to ensure transparency?
Okay. Foremost, the DSWD follows transparency, and all our actions or processes are in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. As part of the requirements set by the department to our financial service providers is the submission of liquidation reports for the payouts that they have conducted. So that's one of the measures that we have undertaken to ensure that the amount intended for our beneficiaries have actually received by the target beneficiaries, and that these reports are submitted to the DSWD.
Ma'am Irene, final question. What would be the DSWD's next steps following the Senator's claims?
Okay, at present, the DSWD is now gathering all the reports. We are consolidating also all the financial reports that we have submitted previously, and all of these are being prepared in anticipation, of course, of the investigation that will be called upon.
All right. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. That's Director Irene Dumlao, DSWD spokesperson. Meanwhile, here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. The nationwide consultation of the availment of online discounts for senior citizens and persons with disability will begin starting next week. The Social Welfare Department and its partner government agencies will conduct a 3-day forum. This aims to ensure that all concerned stakeholders are on board the process of coming up with a fair online discount policy. Batangas Governor Hermelando Mandanas has expressed his disappointment over the implementation of the expanded National Integrated Protected Area Systems Act. Mandanas explained that the Batangas LGU no longer has the authority over matters concerning Taal Volcano and the identified areas within the Taal protected landscape. Despite this, Mandanas said the provincial government is exerting all efforts on the local level to work with the existence of the law. And 7 foreign fishing vessels in the West Philippine Sea dispersed after a radio challenge by the Philippine Coast Guard last Sunday. PCG's BRP Cabra spotted 5 Chinese and 2 Vietnamese ships at the vicinity waters off Marie-Louise Bank in the West Philippine Sea. Now, the vessels left the area after the PCG asked to identify themselves and their intention in the area, as well as their last and next port of call. It's been a year since China imposed a national security law on Hong Kong, which has tightened strictures on freedom of speech and political activities in the territory since then. Let's watch this video from Bloomberg.
由香港特别行政区在当地公布实施，维护国家安全法列入中华人民共和国香港特别行政区基本法。会议经表决，全票通过了法律的决定，决定将
The legislation aims to prevent, curb, and punish acts of secession, subversion of state power, terrorist activities, and collusion with foreign or external forces to endanger national security. These crimes will be clearly defined in the law. It will only target an extremely small minority of people who have breached the law.
And for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.